Hello, my name's Adrian Rice and I'm a professor of mathematics at Randolph-Macon College. What is pi? Pi is a mathematical constant that is derived from dividing the circumference of a circle by its diameter. So, if we take this cherry pie, if I were to exactly measure the circumference and divide it by the exact measure of the diameter of that pie, if we could do it exactly, the number we would get would be pi, or as you probably know it, 3.14 approximately. What kind of a number is pi? Well, pi is a real number, but more specifically, it's what we call an irrational number. Now, what's an irrational number? Well, to define an irrational number, I need to tell you what a rational number is. So a rational number is a number like 3/4 or 2/5 or 27/4, any number that can be represented as a fraction, where you have a whole number over a whole number. Any number that cannot be represented like that as a fraction is an irrational number, and pi is the most famous irrational number there is. So because the decimal expansion for pi goes on forever with no discernible pattern whatsoever, that's one of the hallmarks of an irrational number, it was suspected for many years that pi was irrational. It wasn't until 1761 that the Swiss mathematician Johann Lambert actually proved it was irrational, and it wasn't until 1882 that the German mathematician Ferdinand Lindemann proved that pi was even higher than that, was a transcendental number, which meant, in effect, that the ancient Greek problem of squaring the circle was actually impossible. Why is pi called pi? Well, we use the symbol pi for pi because it was introduced by a Welsh mathematician called William Jones in a book he published in 1706. Now, the reason he used the symbol pi to represent the ratio of the circumference to the diameter was because he called the circumference the periphery. And he used the Greek letter P to stand for periphery, and the Greek letter for P is pi. What is pi used for? Gosh, where do I start? Okay, obviously in math. Anything involving geometry, involving areas, volumes of sort of circular-based shapes, trigonometry, calculus, anything like that. But because of those uses in math, it's also incredibly useful in physics, engineering, astronomy. So in physics, for example, you'll find it in certain formulas like Einstein's field equations, Maxwell's equations, the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. And you'll also find it in statistics as well. If you've ever seen the normal distribution, finding an area under a normal curve, well, the formula for that, which involves calculus, also involves the number pi. So pretty much everywhere in science and technology where you need to do those kind of calculations. What is Pi Day? Well, Pi Day is March 14th every year. That's because, of course, we represent March by the number 3, so 3, 14, 3, 1, 4. Get it? It was first introduced on March 14th, 1988 by Larry Shaw, a physicist in San Francisco, who staged the very first Pi Day back then. But ever since then, it's taken off with school teachers, educators, scientists in general, and of course has been adopted by NASA. In fact, in 2009, the United States Congress officially declared March 14th to be National Pi Day. So in honor of that, I think I'm going to have a nice slice of my favorite kind of pie, cherry pie, and feel free to join me with your own pies, etc., etc. And of course, if you miss this video and watch it on a day that's not Pi Day, don't worry, it comes around every year, just like a circle. Cheers.